I'm going to show you how to tie the Double Fisherman's Bend. This is an excellent knot for tying two ropes or lines together of similar diameter. It is actually a climbing approved safe knot when tied correctly, with plenty of tails on the end. So what you do is you have your two ends of your rope that you want to connect together, and what you want to do is face them in opposite directions. It doesn't matter if you start the left hand or the right hand knot first, but what you do is you take this line, the right line here, you loop it once around, and then you continue and you loop it twice around. So you've got twice around here, and then the running end, these two loops that you created, what you want to do is pass that running end through both of those loops, and you end up with this little crisscross of a knot. I'm not going to tighten it yet to show you. And now, and that's a pretty short tail. This is just for demonstration purposes, but we again will pull out an extension of the rope, and then on the opposite side we will tie the reverse or the mirror of the same thing. You begin the loop around and you go backwards on the line. You come around a second time, you come up here, and then with these same two loops, you pass the rope through the two loops, you pull it out, and now you have this very nice symmetric pair of loops on both ends. And what you do is you pull the rope together and you begin cinching these knots down, and eventually it will turn into this merged ultra knot. Now this is a warning. Once you load this knot, it is incredibly difficult to take apart and sometimes almost has to be cut to be removed. The Double Fisherman's Bend is totally acceptable for climbing. However, see how short this is? That is too dangerous. You want at least 1 foot or 30 centimeters of tail if you expect to go climbing on this, because even though this is a stable knot, never ever trust your life to something that short. So I will take apart this knot here, and you can see it's just a double looped overhand. Very simple once you understand how to tie it. I will again demonstrate. I will start from the left hand side, it doesn't matter. You begin looping, and let me add some tail here so I tie it properly. You begin looping the rope, the running part, or the running end, around once, and then you can see the knot here, and then you take the running end and you pass it around again so it goes past this part of the rope, the standing part, and you pass it through where my thumb is, through these two, and you begin pulling and tightening, and then you can snug that up pretty well. And then we will do the same thing over here. It's just the opposite direction. I always go from top wrapping around. That's just how I've always tied it. Doesn't matter which way you go, as long as it's symmetric. And you tie it around once. See if you flop this rope over. This stuff's pretty heavy. And then you flop it around again and cross fully over this standing part, and with the running end, you bring it through loop 1 and loop 2, and you begin pulling it like this, and it should make this very symmetric crisscross. If it does not look perfectly symmetric all the way around, you've tied it incorrectly, and definitely start again. Completely take this thing fully apart, because if your life is dependent on it, it is everything that this is tied correctly. And if you're climbing with someone, have them verify that's the front of the knot, that's the back of the knot. It should look like this perfect crisscross set of coils. And there you go, I've got a good long tail on both ends. I would actually put, even though this is 1 foot or about 30 centimeters, I would prefer to have almost 18 inches or 45 centimeters on this knot, just to make sure it's totally safe. The Double Fisherman's Bend is one of the knots to tie 2 ropes together safely so you can actually go climbing on it. It's really important to practice this well before you go out in the crags or climbing, because if you use this to tie both ropes together, your life literally depends on this being tied correctly. Double check that your climbing partner has tied theirs together, and have your climbing partner double check that yours has been tied together correctly, whichever, because when your life depends on this knot, it really, really matters. I had one of my subscribers and viewers ask if you can use a square knot to tie 2 ropes for descending or rappelling or abseiling. Absolutely not. The Double Fisherman's Bend is the knot to tie when you want to put 2 ropes together that you can safely put your entire life dependent on this knot. This knot is also featured in my book, The Most Crucial Knots to Know, on page 24 and 25. This is a very complex knot. There's a lot to it, a lot of moving parts, but once you learn it, it is super powerful, incredibly strong. But again, be aware that once you tie this thing and you weight it, good luck getting it apart. My name is Aaron Linsdow. I'm a polar explorer and professional adventurer. Please check out links in the description to my books, Antarctic Tears, Lost at Windy Corner, Adventure Expedition 1, How to Keep Your Feet Warm in the Cold, The Jackson Hole Hiking Guide, The Most Crucial Knots to Know, and my 2024 Total Eclipse Guides, as well as please check out my shows, Antarctic Tears and World Beyond. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can get more information like this about adventuring and outdoor fun.